Okay, so that works. Okay, so let's go and open up our Rstudio. Let's come back over here. We delayed all the images. Yes, we did. Okay. Let's just do this in alphabetical order here. We'll start with Spain. The reason it's called Camino, because Spain is a home of the Camino de Francia and the Camino Norte. It goes to the historical pilgrimage routes through Spain. Let's just do this. So what you can see here for Spain, they're averaging 2,653 deaths per day, with 116 deaths per day they're averaging. Okay. Pull some data, run a quick 14-day moving average. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, what we can see here is, unfortunately, nothing has really changed. This is Saturday, so this is the end of the week, reporting week. So the weekly numbers are going to be extremely important this week to see whether or not they're actually trending up or down. You can see this shows a clear trend upward. Of course, there is a lot of volatility, which could be a result of a reporting cycle of some type. Yeah. What would happen if we came up here and we put a let's run this again. Okay. You know, what's interesting is the numbers are much tighter here. Yet starting in July, the dark spots are the actually daily numbers. Okay. But you can see that the spots, to a certain extent, follow the trend line. So why is there this fluctuation? You can see, I mean, these are single points. These are single days observations. Interesting. Let's do the same here. Okay. So here's that. You can see the deaths, for the most part, are continuing to trend upward. This line is 125, so the area has a few days above 125 and closer to 250. Let's take a look at the So what we can do, we're now going to take a look at the current spike, which began somewhere around June. So let's take a look at these two numbers here. Okay. Somewhere around July, for whatever reason, this seemed to have this whole bunch of volatility. But even so, the trends continue upward. What is that? These are cases. You can barely see the blue line down there, but this volatility really is crazy. It's gone from up to down to here, back up and down. Really don't understand what's going on there. The desk, once again, you can see the distribution of the data here. We could actually get rid of, that'd be interesting to get rid of the actual lines, because since there's no, and just do a, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. So now we're just gonna, interesting. I suppose it gives an idea of the distribution of the numbers. Hmm. Well, the fitted curve, the 42 average, is clearly showing a climb up here. Let's try columns. Hmm. I think I'll stay with lines. The points were interesting because you could see how the observations are actually, because you can see actually how the numbers are actually distributed. You can still see that here's them back on deaths. This sort of gives you an idea of the distribution of the data, the observations. And the trend line gives you a indication of what the trend's actually doing. So they're just bouncing up and down here. Single spike, single observation up there. This is, I'll leave that right there for right now, so you can give that some thought. That nonetheless, regardless of how you look at it, it's not looking good, because both deaths and cases are both increasing. Okay, because you can see here the continuing climb up on a weekly basis for cases for the country of Spain. The week actually wound up almost exactly where it was a week ago. This is 1,000, so this makes 750 for the week. So you can see there was no decrease in the cases or deaths for last week. Let's look at mass. Well, yeah, as you can see, that September has already passed August in terms of cases and in terms of deaths also. So Spain is definitely struggling right now to get both case and deaths under control. So let's just run a report from the top. update the GitHub update the GitHub page. You can actually use your you can use your GitHub repository as a website. There's instructions on YouTube for that. I actually got 4 different websites. Just come back over here. Okay, and here's the link for the report which I just ran. And I'll also put that in the chat session. Okay, so that takes care of Spain. Let's move on to our next report.